ardent hello to everyone and a Happy New Year! Even so, the New Year holidays are over and we are already progressing in the New Year. My name is Angelina, and you are on my channel dedicated to Vedic Astrology, Jyotish. In today's episode, I won't be providing predictions for each ascendant or moon sign. For that, you can check out videos from my colleagues. Many of them prepared such forecasts. But don't switch off just yet, because it's going to be interesting. I want to talk about this new year as if it were a person and present to you an analysis of the chart of 2025. Let's look at it as a personality, as concentrated form of accumulated consciousness, because everything, all existence, is consciousness, even time itself, and we all carry this consciousness within us. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoy this overview. I'll be grateful if you subscribe and share it with friends. It really helps with the YouTube algorithms. So, what kind of newborn is the year 2025? Let's first see what kind of personality it has. Let's look at the still little face. It seems that just a generation of people are born with similar life missions. The last few years also appear alike. The ascendant has been a Virgo for the third year in a row. But this time it is in the Uttara Phalguni nakshatra. Most of this nakshatra lies in Virgo, with just her tip extending 10 degrees into Leo. The ascendant in the fourth pada of Uttara Phalguni points to an ability to maintain stability and harmony, a talent for resolving conflicts, a gift that this new year possesses. The deity of Uttara Phalguni is Aryaman, a representation of friendliness and hospitality. Aryaman is one of the 12 Adityas, sons of the great mother Aditi, who together diminish the power of their half-brothers, the Daityas, demonical Asuras, who are the children of Diti, their father Kashyapa's second wife. Aryaman fills the entire airspace and grants wealth through a spouse. He is often considered to be the protector of married couples. The ruling planet of Uttara Phalguni is Sun, the personification of spirit, the soul, mistakenly trapped in this material world. The goal of Uttara Phalguni is moksha, liberation from the bonds of Maya or material existence. The soul understands that, since it's here, it must play by the rules of the game. This is why Uttara Phalguni swipe direct to value, etiquette and social skills, to emphasize friendship, to demonstrate mercy and kindness, and to engage in charity. The help is the primary motivation of this nakshatra, helping others but also receiving help. In the event of a cabin depressurization, put on your own oxygen mask first, then help others. The face of 2025 is once again adorned with headless Ketu, which enhances inclinations toward spirituality, introspection, and detachment from the material world. But don't be afraid, this is also good news. Ketu in the first house provides an intuitive understanding of ancestral wisdom. We also have Jupiter's fifth aspect on the ascendant, which harmonizes Ketu's influence and adds optimism. It also brings wisdom, internal support, and protection from challenges. In the Navamsha, the future divisional chart, the ascendant falls into Pisces, a sign where one can see the bigger picture and establish connections with other systems. By the end of the year, it will become clear how to achieve harmony and how to integrate matter with spirit. Overall, if we were to draw a descriptive portrait of 2025 based on the qualities of Uttara Phalguni, it would be a slender, fiery, airy personality, a kind of asthenic kshatriya, a noble and wise warrior, energetic, independent, courageous, and fearless. The year 2025 will undoubtedly assert its individuality, opposing the idea of being part of a crowd, while also showing great compassion for this crowd, being reliable and always ready to help. It's necessary to mention a key feature of the year 2025. This is the time of birth shortly after the new moon, which weakens the emotional stability of the year. It can also be said that in the chart of the year, a focus on a particular issue and a specific way of taking responsibility are closely intertwined. So, where is this personality's interest directed? What is their attention focused on? On creating alliances aimed at universal benefit, while also increasing their own dignity by supporting the dignity of others. The moon, which represents our mind, is located in the last degrees of Sagittarius in the nakshatra Uttara Ashadha. This nakshatra uniquely combines elegance, traditionalism, authority, politeness, and good upbringing. What does the outstanding mathematician, astronomer, and astrologer Varaha Mihira say about moon in this nakshatra? Anyone whose moon is in Uttara Ashadha will be obedient, knowledgeable about the rules of virtuous behavior, grateful, will have many friends who remember the good done for them, and will generally be loved by everyone. The ruling planet of Uttara Ashadha is also the Sun, and it directly associated with sovereignty, governance, and the responsibilities that come with such roles. Her traits include fearlessness, forward momentum, willpower, and firmness. The symbol of Uttara Ashadha is the elephant's tusk, and her deities are the 10 Vishvadevas, the sons of the god Dharma, righteousness, and the goddess Vishva, universality, everything. As if already identified, the moon of the new year is conjunct the sun, forming a tendency toward deep self-awareness. This conjunction in Uttara Ashadha falls into the 4th house, emphasizing an absorption in matters related to housing, buying and selling property, renovations, inheritance, and so on. The moon as the ruler of the 11th house and the 4th gives enjoyment of all types of comforts and pleasures, ownership of good houses and land, and profits through the mother or her relatives. Overall, it should be noted that the realization of 2025's goals is achieved through women and through travel. The moon is in the first pada of Uttara Ashadha, indicating a striving for leadership, the ability to set long-term goals, and an intuitive sense of the right path to success. The moon aspects the 10th house, strengthening career potential, while a deep engagement with work-related matters will also naturally be present, while a deep engagement with work-related matters will also naturally be present. In the D9, the future chart, the moon once again is placed in Sagittarius. She is Vargotama and already synchronized with the qualities the consciousness needs to develop, such as righteousness, wisdom, confidence, prudence, and generosity. The sun of 2025 is in the first part of Purva Ashadha, representing charisma, courage, determination, innate leadership, and a desire to shine. The presiding deity of this nakshatra is Jala, water, and the ruling planet is Venus, which herself embodies Jala. The sun signifies how a person takes responsibility for the situation at hand. Here, in the unyielding, invincible nakshatra Purvashadha, this is done covertly, beneath the surface, in ways that others might not notice. Responsibility may also be taken aggressively. In what areas is this type of responsibility applied? In matters of property, creating an idyllic home, luxurious furnishings, and transportation. The sun is located in the 4th house, the house of emotions and inner peace. It symbolizes protection, security, and patriotism. Besides the responsibility issue, other functions of the sun, such as individuality, leadership, and creativity, are revealed through the pursuit of a stable foundation for self-realization. The conjunction with the moon directs the sun's energy toward caring for the home, family, and creating emotional comfort, well-being, and perhaps even a family business. It also includes gaining benefits from authorities. As the ruler of the 12th house, this focus of the sun is directed toward preserving domestic well-being and health, and even more, as avoiding unnecessary expenses and unnecessary travel. In the chart of the future, the sun is in his own sign, Leo. As 2025 progresses, there will be a growing pull towards spirituality and strong ethical principles. What does the personality named 2025 love? Precious items, jewelry, and valuable metals. Venus is in the nakshatra Dhanishta, which is described as excellent, beneficent, very renowned, wealthy, affluent, and possessing property. The year 2025 also loves acts of mercy and charity, but simultaneously enjoys commanding others. Venusian energies manifest in the 6th house, which always involves themes of debts, illnesses, and service staff. For example, imagine this scenario. You fall in love with a diamond necklace worth 20,000 euros, but your budget doesn't allow for such expenses. So, will you need to take out a loan? Or another scenario. You are the kindest company owner and organize a summer corporate retreat for your employees, complete with training courses, so you can manage them more effectively afterward. A companion of Venus is Saturn, also in the 6th house, and this conjunction can indicate a sense of duty, seriousness, and emotional restraint in both personal and professional relationships. As the ruler of the 2nd house, Venus in the 6th house is favorable for finances, but wealth comes only after prolonged, repeated efforts, often in the service sector. Speech difficulties may be present, but they can be overcome with effort. It's also crucial to be careful in choosing your words and to avoid foul language. Mars casts his 8th aspect onto the already tense Venus in the 4th pada of Dhanishta. Aggressiveness and coarseness seem to come from every direction. This is especially challenging if you work for someone else. It may feel like you are at your limit and cannot take anymore. You need to pay close attention to your health. It's your only true currency in this world. Don't squander it for anything. Take up the drum, the instrument of Dhanishta, and play rhythmic beats or dance something rhythmic to redirect this surplus of Martian energy into a different channel. In the Navamsha, Venus falls into Scorpio, into the trenches or fortifications of that same Mars. By the end of the year, you'll seriously consider that putting off exercise is no longer an option. Let's move on. What's going on with Mercury, the analyzer? in the newborn year 2025. Mercury is once again the Lagnesha, the ruler of the ascendant, and he resides in the nakshatra Jyeshtha, which he also governs. As if already described, the appearance of the personality 2025, we can see Mercury's strong influence. His placement in the third house gives the year freedom of thought, generosity, an impressive way of speaking, a tendency toward writing, and a talent for communicating with others. As the ruler of the 10th house, Mercury imparts a responsible attitude toward work, changes in jobs and types of activities, and harmonious relationships with siblings and subordinates. Mercury in the third part of Jyeshtha provides a deep understanding of complex situations. His intellectual processes rely heavily on personal experience, and he distinguishes between good and bad through the lens of efficiency, seeking to maximize profits while preserving energy and enthusiasm. What will the communication of 2025 focus on? Maintaining an image, gaining respect, and preserving prevailing standards. There will be significant concern about how others perceive situations, which will feel extremely important. The analytical abilities of the personality of 2025 are directed toward protecting the weak, helpless, and underprivileged. There is a mutual aspect with Jupiter, indicating an incredible connection between mentor and student, with admiration for teachers and mentors. Saturn's 10 aspect on Mercury sharpens communication to focus on professionalism, long-term perspectives, and strategic projects. In the Navamsha, Mercury moves into Aquarius. By the end of the year, expect the focus on protecting the weak and philanthropy to grow stronger. There will be even more announcements related to scientific research. A unique understanding of family values will also be promoted. How does the personality of 2025 act? Mars, located in the nourishing nakshatra Pushya, channels his activity into hospitality, nurturing, and care on all levels, as well as creating spaces where one can rest in safety and peace. When considering Mars and this nakshatra, a quote from the cartoon The Wolf and the Calf comes to my mind. And it's all about Mama, Papa. Push is entirely in Cancer, and Mars operates with full attachment to family at home. One of Push's symbols is an arrow in a circle, symbolizing protection and protector. Pushya has an expansive nature, so Mars positioned here leads to growth and expansion in the 3rd and 8th houses. This indicates competition and relationships with siblings. A brother or sister might start a new venture that becomes very profitable. The 8th house represents income from a partner. It's possible that the person receives significant financial gains, but lacks personal savings. How do opportunities expand? Jupiter in Taurus is not in a sign where he feels his best. Jupiter craves spirituality, but here he has to work with a deep attachment to material values. The bringer of joy and optimism, Jupiter is in the nakshatra Rohini in her 3rd pada. Rohini is a fertile nakshatra, under whose influence everything grows and multiplies. Her key concept is defining social status and creating what is necessary for civilized life. Her symbol is a chariot or cart drawn by oxen, and her deity is Brahma, the creator of the universe himself. Those expect an increase in various modes of transport as well as real estate and luxurious belongings, especially since Jupiter rules the 4th house. Therefore, it will likely amplify warmth, faith, the desire of comfort, happiness, a sense of coziness, emotions, and intuition, all lunar qualities. In general, Vedic sages consider Rohini a channel of cosmic energy, using which any desire could be fulfilled, as she operates beyond the bounds of rational, logical thinking. This is because her ruler is the moon herself. Jupiter also rules the 7th house, opening new opportunities in relationships and foreign travels. While positioned in the 9th house, he promises prosperity after marriage. How does that sound? In the Navamsha, Jupiter falls into Gemini. Additionally, we know that Jupiter will transit into Gemini on May 15, expanding communication, writing, eloquence, and public life. Jupiter's 9th aspect will influence the 5th house, enhancing the fruits of past life karma, creativity, romantic relationships, and beneficial effects on children. This will be especially noticeable when Jupiter leaves Gemini and transitions into Cancer on October 19th. There is also a mutual aspect with Mercury, which brings external charm, proximity to political circles, and a deep interest in cultural development, all of which will manifest strongly at the beginning of December during Jupiter's retrograde transit in Gemini. What kind of limitations will be encountered? Saturn, the ruler of karma and eternal time, is still in Aquarius, a sign of karmic results, his own sign, where he is strong. When he moves through the nakshatra Purva Bhadrapada, a nakshatra associated with transformation, the results of karma begin to arrive, often related to painful lessons. Something starts to wither away, something begins to live life. It's believed that Saturn, being a malefic planet, functions well in the 6th house, the house of enemies, debts, and diseases, neutralizing them. As the ruler of the 6th house as well, Saturn will bring an absence of illness and will focus on maintaining good health and financial stability. Saturn is not about struggle, but about service. So, he limits success in conflict situations. His tools are patience and humility, helping to overcome difficulties through determination and the ability to focus on one task. Only this way can Saturnian success be achieved. Once the individual realizes what was needed, what was required, only then the obstacles will clear and new horizons will open up. For example, for those who have long struggled with having children and faced failure, an unexpected solution may arise, such as adopting a child. In March 2025, Saturn will move into Pisces, but he will still be in Purva Bhadrapada. In general, April will become a time when it will be the time to say goodbye, destroy, and burn. 5 planets will gather in Pisces, 4 of them in Purva Bhadrapada. The Saturn-Rahu conjunction will last from April to May, which will enhance productivity and endurance, but could also lead to heightened emotionality or even depression. However, this conjunction is favorable for political careers, as Saturn not only supports democratic principles but also rewards persons with high social status, while Rahu is the very embodiment of politicking. If we are already talking about Rahu, what does the consciousness of 2025 yearn for most? Wealth, land ownership, and a good education. Currently, Rahu is still in the nakshatra Uttara Bhadrapada, which represents finding solutions in the most beneficial way for everyone, but never forgets to gain personal benefit from others. Rahu's placement in the 7th house and the second pada of Uttara Bhadrapada heightens interest in the spiritual and karmic aspects of relationships and can bring unusual partners or partnerships that play a significant role in life. On May 19th, Rahu will move into the Aquarian part of Purva Bhadrapada, which is also favorable for strengthening material wealth and achieving high social standing. Rahu is a great achiever. In the Navamsha chart, Rahu transitions into Virgo, and by the end of the year, it will strive toward prudence and careful planning, as well as finding wisdom in the small details. Where does the strength lie? The mastery of Ketu is bestowed upon the very personality of the year. As already mentioned, the south node of the moon, the dragon's tail, adorns the face, the lagna, the essence of 2025. Ketu, like the ascendant, is located in the 4th pada of Uttara Phalguni. Their goals align: moksha, liberation from the bonds of the material world. However, while Uttara Phalguni gives to understand that since the soul is here, it must play by the rules of this game and be cultured, well-mannered, social and civilized, Ketu continuously either strengthens a tendency towards spirituality and detachment from the material world, or creates situations where it's game over, leaving no other choice. Ketu grants the year a unique ability to find balance between the inner and outer worlds, to show compassion, to act not just for self-serving purposes, but for the benefit of others. In the Navamsha chart, Ketu, like the Lagna, is in Pisces, where he finally resides in his domain, with the spiritual world looming on the horizon of eternity. And that's it from me. Write in the comments about which of the above listed plans you already have in mind. I'll be grateful for a like if you enjoyed my review, and let's summarize. From the perspective of Vedic astrology, the year 2025, interpreted as a personality, possesses the qualities of a wise and compassionate warrior. It will bring harmony and unify the material with the spiritual. The overall nature of the year emphasizes friendliness and conflict resolution. We are expecting the transits of social planets, which will open new horizons for us. This is a time for growth and creation through patience and humility. The key themes of the year will be maintaining harmony in relationships, spiritual growth, helping others, and strengthening one's self-worth. And with that, I bid farewell. From the bottom of my heart, I still wish you a happy new year, happiness, peace, and divine blessings. May you see beauty in everything around you and rejoice in every moment of this play called life on earth. Bye bye, see you soon.